record. Okay, we're rolling. Let's read some tarot cards.
All right, so this is my little setup. I swing this guy up here, get a little light,
All right,
prop it up with a thermos,
high
put the
tech.
phone on top, and then I'm gonna switch my little OBS here over.
So Kirk is going to read the tarot cards for me. I'm
Yeah,
going to do a tarot reading. I've got my candle here to set the mood.
yeah.
To
All right. So, yeah, let's make a little connection with the cards first. Okay, you tell me first when to stop.
okay, and stop.
Okay. So I'm going to cut there. I'm going to shuffle these. And while we're doing that, just tell me a little bit about your day. Tell me a little bit about your energy at the moment.
Well, can I talk about tarot itself and
Yeah,
about
tell me
like
about tarot itself.
so? I've always been very skeptical of tarot and any kind of card reading, divination, whatever.
Yeah.
My instinct is that any good that comes out of it is from the reader's own
From the
nat
devil.
or the devil or the reader's just natural sense of intuition. Obviously, you know me very well,
Yeah.
so whatever you say,
Yeah.
I'll be like whatever you say that is correct is more from the fact that you know
Mm-hmm.
me as a person. But I'm open to, I don't know, other ways of looking at it, or I guess
Yeah.
a more generous way to look at tarot or any divination would be that I feel like sometimes the cards are just incidental, or it could be tea leaves, it could be coffee grounds. But if a
Yeah.
person really does have kind of a gift of intuition or even some kind of a sixth sense, which I do believe is very possible,
Yeah.
then somehow having a point of focus uh, helps that person bring up their own subconscious intuitive abilities and or psychic abilities.
I
And
think there's I think that's definitely part of it for sure. Didn't mean to cut you off. I got right in there.
well, I was about to ask what how do you look at something like tarot?
So the tarot cards are it's about a journey, right? It's the story of a journey. Every tarot reading is a story. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end to it. And it involves a lot of eternal and universal themes, right? So I can know you, but if I read the cards as they come out and I don't really try too hard to pattern it to you to what I know, or if I'm reading for a total stranger, I just read the cards and like the patterns on them. Um, they they will like it's like reading a fortune or a what are those things, a horoscope or
Horoscope,
something.
yeah.
You like, yeah, you can use it as a, I mean, you can say it's magic, or you can use it as a tool to like help see patterns in your life and understand like kind of maybe the things where you're so close in, once you step out a little bit, it's easier to see kind of the whole thing. So
Well, I guess
anyway,
the big question
is it
is
magic?
well, not magic, but is there any reason to believe it's anything other than just stuff that's so hopelessly general it applies to every single person at any moment in their life, which
No,
is
yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's
horoscopes. Like that's what I'd say about horoscopes. Every time I read a horoscope from any sign, I'm like,
mhm.
yeah, that's me, because that's anybody. That's like, you will have difficulty with money. You will meet an old friend.
The difference is you're gonna have like um there's gonna be so many ways, like so many different plot lines like that are there to follow, that your subconscious will pick up on the one that you're like identifying most with, and then you'll see that plot line develop. Like it's like it's the web of reality, like between these things. There's actually goes to some Kabbalah stuff in their tree of life pattern, but that's maybe a little deep for it. So okay, last
All
one.
right.
You got to blow here. I'm going to put this near your face on the video.
Okay. I'm gonna blow
Okay,
you. Are you
blow
ready?
on it. Yeah. All right. Okay, last cut, and then we're just going to say that's good. All right, first card. So we're going to do a read. The first card is going to be you as the querent. I've often called you a querent, but tonight you are officially the querent. Then we're going to do your main a thing that's crossing your path. your conscious motivation, subconscious motivation, energy from where you're coming, where you're going. So there's this whole little pattern here. Then we do these 4 cards on the side that leads up to your prediction pattern. So your card for you as the querent tonight on this journey is the
Death.
Chariot.
Oh, I just
Yeah,
assumed it was the death card.
that's not a bad one. So the
Okay.
Chariot. And so the Chariot is a card about uh, momentum and progress and things changing and going forward in life. So you're somebody right now in this. This is about the progress that you're making, about and that's progress in like relationships, progress in your business, progress in your finances. That's the Chariot is like the patron saint of that, but he's also really busy, got a lot of stuff to do. So the main energy crossing you right now, creating like a kind of a barrier for that, is the 4 of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles are all about
I have two pentacles personally.
yeah. Which one of those? You, t- you talk about your testing. Ah, all
Yeah,
right, yes.
yeah.
There you go.
Talking about my testicles. The
All
Four of
right.
Pentacles. What is the Four of Pentacles?
So Pentacles are all about work and reward. So it's about the job you're doing, it's about the money you're getting for it. And in tarot, revolutions go in series of 4. So on your first revolution, to get money, to get a job and to get money, you go around to 4 things. And so this is the 4th one. It's the completion of your first revolution of money. And this guy, you can see he has exactly what he needs. He's holding it. He's holding one of the pentacles and is pinning down the other 2. And basically, so as a energy crossing you right now, what this means is that you are constantly looking to make sure that you have the first thing all together. You're holding it together. You've made it to this place where you have the right amount of work and everything, but you know that is something that you are concerned about in your day-to-day life. So and I know everybody's concerned about making money, not saying that's special for anybody,
Not me.
but so that's just like, so right now that's like the context of this thing, right? So that's what's coming out. It doesn't mean it's anything magical, but now you're like, okay, well, there's kind of a money reading. It has a little bit to do about momentum. So now you're going to do your conscious and subconscious motivators.
But
So
you
you
hang on. You said
yeah,
the because this card is crossing the first card. You said something like this card symbolizes what is blocking my progress in moving
it's like
forward on the
why do I keep thinking barrier? It's like
like is the idea that concern with work and money is what's blocking me from moving forward in with other goals or journeys or
yes. It's an antagonistic energy, right? It's what you're coming up against, you could say. Like that is and so you're finding it limiting and you're pushing up against it.
okay.
It is a limit. That's kind of what it is. It's something that is limiting your forward momentum from the Chariot.
Okay.
All right. So next 2 cards, conscious motivation, subconscious motivation. So for conscious motivation, I'm going to do them both at the same time. We've got the 8 of Wands going to the left and the 10 of Swords going to the right. So the 8 of Wands are about they're about enthusiasm, they're about preparation, they're about skill. They're about the development of your skill and the development of your passion and the execution of that kind of stuff. It's like almost yeah, it's kind of like the excitement you have for creation
Okay.
and making things in the world. And the 8 means that you are at a high echelon of that. You've completed 2 rotations in the kind of the creation of your art or your craft. And so that means that you are, so these are all a bunch of brooms that are like, they're like sometimes the back of which is broomsticks, but they're all taking off, like they're all flying off into the air. So this is like the conscious idea is like you're ready to take off with your art and creation. The subconscious is the 10 of Swords, which is ultimate responsibility. It's the end of the sword progression up to 10, and it so as a subconscious motivator, that's going to be, you feel like, you know, need to take things seriously. Life is serious. There's like serious consequences for things. Shit's not all a joke. Like, you know, the swords are serious. They're about like business. They're about like promises and contracts and law and responsibility and stuff. And so that's a subconscious motivator for you.
Are those
Uh,
swords, are they all stuck into a guy? Is that just
yeah, super
that's
metal.
that's very metal.
Yeah, let's see here. I'm not doing great with this camera. Okay, there you go. All right. So then we're doing the energy from where you're coming. This is the past energy you're leaving is strength. So that means that um you found a strength. However, this is strength inverted for you, right? So that means you're coming from a place where your strength where you were feeling you had strength, but it wasn't being taken in the right way, or it wasn't being useful to you in the right way. You yourself were a strong person, but there was something inverted about the way that it was fitting into your life. This is in the past. And then the thing you're going to the futures is inverted death, which means that there's a big change, kind of the end of one life coming up, or coming up in the end of one life, the beginning of another, a switch over, maybe a wedding.
Could be as
Could be.
possible.
Or something else, and it's inverted too. So there's something about that's that perhaps it's an energy of not being sure exactly what's changing or how it's changing, or if the change is good or bad, or if there's just an uncertainty in the change. But the death card is about change. It's not really about dying,
Yeah.
unless it's about dying, and then it is about dying. So this is the first part of it.
Okay.
Do you have any questions, or would you like to make any comments or observations?
No, I mean all everything you say, like I think it could be a useful tool to think about life. Like if everything you say, it's very true. I think it's true because it's very general. Like it's, but that doesn't. I
Yeah.
mean, though these are things that it's good to think about in our lives about, you know, where we've been, where we're going. I mean, I
Yeah.
think it's a good tool to inspire reflection on life.
All right.
Yeah. Do
Well,
I?
we're going to pull it together now. This last part, you're going to be like, how did you know? We're going to find out all your secrets. All right.
Are you gonna? Is the last card gonna be like hidden inside my
Let's
sweater?
say
No.
you're gay.
Oh my god, that'd be fun. I'll be.
Okay. So this one is your environment card. This is the card about the energy where you're spending a lot of your time and environment in. That is a 10 of cups, which means is a beautiful place of joy of the spirit. The cups are about gifts of the spirit, about love, about togetherness. And so you have an environment around you that is a uh, very positive thing like that.
Yeah.
And then this next one is your so this is your environment. This one's your general attitude towards people and towards your experience, which is
The
the
middle
inverted.
finger.
Yeah, it's the inverted Four of Cups. And so the Four of Cups is an interesting one. The big message from it is that there's a tendency of this guy to be very focused on these three cups, and he's missing this higher calling of a cup. And so the inversion here would be there's something in your life that you are not paying attention to. You're paying attention to these things that are right in front of you, and you're very worked up with them. But there's this other thing trying to get your attention, and if you can pay more attention to it, then it has a very grand offering for you. It's probably being a YouTuber.
You're right. I do need to pay more attention to that.
Or I don't know, maybe transcendence or getting to know God, but probably
Yeah.
YouTube. Okay. So then
All
the
those
next one,
things equally important.
the next two are the first one's going to be your plan for your life, and then the fourth one's going to be God's plan for your life, which
Okay.
was often quite different, my friend.
You want to make
All
God
right.
laugh.
So your plan for your life is the two of hearts or two of cups. That is the coming together. It's kind of the lovers. It's balance. it's not just like a relationship, but it's also finding balance in life and kind of simple pleasure and balance. So that is your plan for your life.
Yeah.
God's plan for your life ooh, is the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is an interesting guy because he is someone who has achieved a very high attunation. Is that a word? Can I use that word?
Sure.
Attunement, a very high level of attunement with like the spiritual and the joy in life. And he is very proud of that, but he is lacking one more thing. And he has kind of an eternal quest going for him that he needs to find this next level of and gets all the way to 10. And it's funny because your environment is the 10 down here, and that's what the 9 is going for eventually. And there is satisfaction for that and beauty in that, but there was always a sense of wanting a little more. So yeah, so that's a pretty good reading. It's pretty standard. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if I were to read something especially personal into it,
Yeah,
the couple, I'm getting married this year, so I would see that couple and say, "Oh my God,
right.
how did he do that?" But then you just explained that it doesn't only mean lovers and being a couple, it means balance and it means all these other things.
Yeah.
So if I were a
Well, I also
stranger and if I
yeah.
weren't getting married this year, I would say, well, I'm not even in a relationship. And then you might say, well, it's not just relationships, it could be all these things.
I mean, I think it's very likely that it is, I mean, well, that is part of your intention this year is to get into a relationship. But
Yeah.
I would also say, according to this card, that part of your intention for your life going forward is to find a kind of simple and lovely balance to it. Because here's the
Yeah.
thing about the Two of Cups, it's not the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a full rotation. A Two of Cups is very balanced. Like it is a very like it's two people hugging each other. It's a yin yang, right? It's not the seven of it's not the seven
What's
of cups, David.
well, what is like the unbalanced number for the cups? What would that be? Would that be the
I mean,
seven?
a three, a five, a six. Well, I mean,
Okay.
each one's kind of has its own thing. Two is just a perfectly balanced number. It's the
Two
two
is the
sides of the
two is the
scale.
yin and yang.
Yeah.
The three of cups, would you say that that's a black fly in your Chardonnay?
No, I mean, cups are really nice kind of all the way through.
Is it a death
I
row
mean,
pardon? Five
well, here's
minutes
the
too
thing.
late?
it's uh it's like rain. It is nothing here is ironic. This is all very post-ironic, I think. I
All
have no
right.
idea. Well, anyway, there you go. You've had a reading.
Thank you
And
for the
that's
reading. All
I
right.
think
I like how it's done on the map of the world too. Or is that a risk board or is that just a map?
no, it's my mouse pad. I got a big mouse pad.
That's one hell of that's all one mouse pad?
It's all one
Just so
all one mouse pad.
you can mouse your way across the universe?
All right. Okay. Well, there you go. That was my part. Now you talk to me about this friggin' movie that's terrifying.
Yeah, let's let me do a separate recording for the movie. So yeah, I'm gonna stop recording on you can do whatever you want, but I'm gonna stop recording here. But that was my tarot reading, everyone. Make of that what you will, and rock and roll.